Yes, welcome to episode 14 of the Junkyard Rat Show. I am Junkyard Rat, the host, and today we got the greatest host of Neck of the Woods of all time. Here he is, Danny Detchy. What's up,
Hey,
Danny?
woo. Hey, hi, Chris. Hello. Hi, how are you?
Pretty,
Got to see you again. Haven't seen you in a while.
pretty good. You never book me or put me in your comedy contest.
Yeah, you. All you have to do is let me know, and I put you on. You're always. Yeah, it's every Tuesday. It's pretty much open mic. If you want to be on the show, just come on down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't book anybody, and the comedy contest. That's also people just. You can just sign up if you see the link. Just sign up. It's full now this season. But you never know, an opening might come up.
Well, you got to put me in there and make sure I win. I haven't
Oh
won a
yeah.
comedy contest in my whole career, and I feel like I need one to advance.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can make you win if you got like $15,000. Is that too much, or yeah, it's something like
Fifteen
that? Okay.
thousand,
Well,
15,000. I could buy my way into winning Rooster Teeth Feathers. I could just pay people just to show up to that. I was at Rooster Teeth Feathers one year in the contest. I was in the
hmm
bathroom and this guy told me I was really funny, and I asked him if he voted for me. And he's like, no.
uh Yeah, that's something that's weird. Yeah, it's kind of my theory sometimes. People come out to see their friends, they vote for them, and I'm guessing maybe just a theory of mine might not be true. If somebody else is funny, they won't vote for them because they want their friend to win. Just a theory I have. Because yeah, I remember one contest was some other contest. After I did my set, this woman was going to the bathroom, and she said, "Oh, you were the funniest one. You were the funniest one there." So I figured that pretty much seals it. I'm not going to even qualify, and that's what happened. Anyway.
Yeah,
But
my friend of mine wants me to go see him at the Rooster Teeth Feathers contest. But I'm like, if you're trying to get my vote, there's no way you're going to win. People win that contest don't need my vote. They got enough votes without me. If you're asking me to vote for you, you might not make it out of the first round.
Huh. Yeah, yeah. It's well, the Funny Fest actually was created by Albert Lee, the late Albert Lee, who died about 2 or 3 years ago,
Oh yeah,
and
I remember Albert Lee. Yeah.
yeah, he created the show, and it's made in a way so that the comedian whoever brings the most people doesn't mean that they're going to win, because there's actually two comedian judges, and then two other people in the audience who are judges, and that's it. And people who are not associated with any comedians. So yeah, so whoever brings the most people to the show doesn't mean that they're going to win. It has to do with a couple of judges and everything. And yeah, it's a pretty good contest. It's the next one is it's every last Tuesday. So the next one is well, actually the next three contests are next Tuesday, and then May 2nd, May 30th is a wild card, and the final is June 6th. And they're all free. You can come watch it at Neck of the Woods in San Francisco. The audience can come watch it for free. There's $100 grand prize for the winner, and every preliminary show, the winner gets $30.
Yeah, I haven't been in Neck of the Woods in years. Like, at least pre-COVID, I haven't been there in a while.
hmm
I remember
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
used to be called the Rocket Room and stuff.
hmm
What? There was a rumor going around about the name change of that place. What? Why did they change the name? Do you remember?
They had music groups there, and it seemed like they got there was some kind of violent or police problems. They had a reputation of that for a short while, and so they fixed everything up, and that's why they changed also the name of the venue to Neck of the Woods. So because I guess the Rocket Room had the name had a bad reputation, but everything's cool now. It's fun. We get good crowds and
Are you
uh,
upstairs or downstairs? Your shows
uh, downstairs.
downstairs. Yeah, I remember Neck of the Woods was always fun. It was always a big crowd and stuff. Like even upstairs and yeah, I remember I was looking when I first message you to come here, I was looking at the last message you sent me. Let me read the
Uh-huh.
last message you sent
Okay.
me years ago. Uh,
Okay.
Chris, wanted to speak with you after the show, but I was apologizing to the angry group. You went
Yeah.
too far tonight insulting the audience. So please don't come back to the rocker room until September. I'm not angry at you, but I think it's best things for calm down. Danny, and that was in July 27th, 2011. Like I'm
2011,
like
not long ago. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, what happened was you were kind of like, yeah, kind of, well, insulting the guy's girlfriend, I guess, and he got mad. He threw a chair at you. So, got
Oh
so
yeah,
bad. And
yeah. Yeah, I had a chair
yeah,
thrown at
so,
me, yeah. And it was
yeah,
crazy
but see,
that the chair hit the mic stand and knocked it down, you
uh-huh,
know?
yeah,
Yeah, it was weird. It was one of those because I didn't realize the thing. I never even saw the chair being thrown at me. It's one of those crazy things like you think like it could have been horribly bad. It
yeah,
kind
it
of
could
ended up the
have,
best way.
yeah, could have been a big fight after that. But see, I'm not like other venues. They said, yeah, don't come back for a month, and like other places, they might say don't come back anymore at all. But I know people, things happen, so so you can come back, like a month later, and hey, you're so welcome. If you're in the area, you can even drop in if you're in the area,
Oh,
or
that's cool. Hey, do you own
yeah.
any Messi jerseys or
What's that?
do you have a Messi jersey? Do you have a Messi jersey?
Messi jersey? What?
Messi, you know the Argentinian. You're Argentinian, aren't you?
Oh, Messi. Oh, Messi. So I
Messi.
was thinking Messi. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Messi.
MESSI. I thought you were
Messi.
making like a big mess or something.
Hey, yo puedo
Yeah,
hablar
I do.
castellano. ¿Tú tienes una camiseta de Messi?
Like camiseta de Messi. Sí. Yeah, and I also got one for my aunt when they had a World Cup. I got her one. She's in LA, and yeah. So the Argentina won the world champion, and yeah, it was exciting. Wow, did you see the crowd in Argentina in Buenos Aires? Wow,
Yeah, it
that was
was crazy. I was in Chile when they won it in '86. I remember them going crazy,
wow.
but yeah, like the World Cup is like the craziest thing ever, and so.
Yeah, yeah, it's and like, even from Argentina stuff. I actually my football is my favorite sport, but yeah, like this for people who don't even like soccer. I heard a lot of people that they don't really follow soccer much. They thought this was a pretty exciting game, the final, and it was really exciting. I thought even if you're not an Argentinian fan, it was an exciting match.
I forgot who they beat. Who did they beat in the final?
Was it France? It was France.
Oh yeah, it was France. Yeah, they were defending champions, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, they played them good. Yeah, France had some very fast, very fast players on their team too. I mean, really fast, and because our Argentina players are pretty fast too. But man, sometimes they couldn't catch up, and I guess that's why France was able to score, especially during the whole World Cup. They were able to score a lot of goals, and because they got these really, I think fast players on the team. I mean, they break open. So, I think I think about this sometimes. They could make soccer. People complain about soccer not being exciting. I was thinking maybe if they could experiment one time, taking out the rule. What's that rule? Offside rule. If they took that
Yeah.
out, yeah, just play them out, go crazy, and just just take that out. See what happens.
I never understood the outside. I used to play YSO when I was a kid. I felt like
Mhm.
if you can outrun somebody, because I was the fullback and they could easily outrun me after a while. I felt like
Mhm.
why should they not be able to score? Now you can just
Mhm.
get in a straight line and they can't cross that line. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's really. I always was curious if they could do something like that. Yeah, I played too. I played in the San Francisco League. I was the goalie, and that was fun. I was actually very good. I was a very good goalie. And I think I
yeah,
still
you're
am.
from you grew up in San Francisco, didn't you?
Yeah. I was been in San Francisco since I was 6 years old.
6 years old? I came to
Yeah,
the USA from Venezuela when I was 7.
When you were 7 from Venezuela,
I'm
you lived
Chilean, but yeah, we were in Venezuela. My dad was in the oil industry. He was an engineer.
uh-huh.
And yeah, we came in '79 and stuff. I was at the Copa America game when Argentina and Chile played. That year that Chile
Oh,
actually won the Copa America, they won it twice in a row.
oh,
But
wow. That's
but yeah,
good.
that the whole I swear I think 80% of the stadium were all wearing Messi jerseys. You know? Like they were Messi
Yeah,
fans. It wasn't about Argentina and Chile. It was basically about Messi versus everybody else, you know?
yeah, I see that. Even in the streets in San Francisco, and I just see people wearing the Messi jersey, but the one with Barcelona. And mostly the only time they wear Barcelona Messi shirts.
I see
I heard
kids
they were.
wearing Messi jerseys. I'm like, I do not make your kids to grow up Argentinians, you know? That's always the
Yeah,
worst thing you could do to the kids, you know? Is
really.
make them want to be
No,
like. Have you been to Argentina lately, or?
yeah, about 5 years ago, I have family there, and I visit them every few years, 5 years or something like that. So I was there probably like about 5 years ago. I still have cousins and aunts and uncles there, and yes, I go there. So how long have you been? Were you in Venezuela? Your family?
I was there about like 3 years.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
my
Good.
dad was actually at the University of Texas when I was born. He was in a program where they took Argentinian professors, no, like engineering, and took them
Mm-hmm.
to Texas, and then put them in different universities. So we were at Stanford, then we went back to Brazil, then we went to Venezuela, and we came back in '79, right when
Uh-huh.
Silicon Valley was popping. My dad was like the the stick, the dynamite that made Silicon Valley pop. Before my dad was here in
Oh,
'79, Silicon Valley was nothing. My dad showed up, Apple blew up, you know. But we never
wow.
bought any Apple stock, you know what I'm saying? I never
Yeah.
understood.
You.
We were near Apple. We lived like a mile from Apple headquarters. You would have thought somebody in my family would have thought we need some Apple stock, son. You know what I'm saying? No
Yeah.
birthday
It's.
present for you this year. We're getting you Apple stock.
Yeah, and I guess you never get the doctor never came to visit because they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So you threw it at the doctor, and okay, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
we're foreigners. We avoided doctors and stuff. We didn't, you know, doctors are cool and everything, but we avoided doctors. I don't know why.
yeah,
I never liked doctors.
yeah, the doctors are they're cool, they're necessary. And I was just mentioning how one time, since the pandemic, I haven't gotten a checkup, and I recently got a checkup, and the doctor noticed I was kind of nervous, so he says to me, "Don't worry, I'm your friend." And I tell him, "Hey, with friends like you, who needs enemas?" So it's yeah, something like that. So
You know, I turned
uh,
50 years old this year. I've never had
oh,
one doctor suggest that I'd get that test. You know, where they stick the finger up my ass, you know?
oh, you never
I
had that?
never
Oh,
I never had one doctor tell me that I need to get that test, you know? I felt weird.
okay.
They don't want to do that to me. Nobody, you know what I'm
Well,
saying? Why don't at
I,
50 you should be tested every year, right? Don't they say that?
yeah, but yeah, they don't do that anymore much the last few years, I guess. What they do is give you these home tests, and you okay, it's going to be sorry we're on the radio, but yeah, you go, you poop in it, and then you send it in the mail, poop in the mail, and it's they say it's pretty accurate now. It kind of avoids a colonoscopy too. So that's why I guess that everything got replaced by the home test
But who do I
in case
send
they.
my poop to? I'm gonna go home
Well, you
and
should tell
poop.
them.
But who do I
Yeah.
send it to? Who do,
Well, I mean, you go visit your visit your doctor, and they'll tell you to, as yeah, to send. They'll you go for a checkup, then they assign. They schedule. They send it in the mail, the poop test. Then you
I,
do it, and then you send it back. And
I'm shy. My
I
doctors are
think it
all
goes by.
female Asian. They're in like their early 30s. I can't. It's hard for me to suggest that I need to be tested for that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah, tell
I
them.
get
Yeah, it's
shy.
important to
Like
have
it's
that.
almost like You know, there's certain things you shouldn't talk to a woman about, even if it's your own doctor.
Hmm. I don't know, but it's important. You can, do you have a female doctor, or do you have a
Yeah,
do you
I
have any
have a
doctor?
doctor. I like almost every other thing. You just call up when you only got something wrong. I got John Muir. They got John Muir in San Francisco.
Hmm.
I got John Muir. I have a doctor, but I don't see my doctor all the time. I just call when I got something wrong with me. You
No,
know,
you
my
should do checkups.
my
Yeah, especially when you
my
got
leg
50. You're
falls
50 now.
off. My finger falls off. I need a new
Yeah,
body part.
yeah, but it's good to do a checkup. I'm not crazy about it either. In fact, like right now, you may not know this, but I actually hurt my back at the miniature golf, and I'm actually doing this phone call lying on my back at the miniature golf course. So
Did
if
you
you know
really? You really hurt your
that, no,
back
no, not
miniature?
really.
Did you hurt
Yeah,
your
the green.
back on miniature golf?
Yeah, yeah, I'm lying on my back right now in miniature golf, waiting for the ambulance to come over. And so
Somebody
as
somebody told me you were playing with your pencil too hard. That's how you hurt your back.
yeah,
You were playing with your pencil too hard.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I was whacked myself too hard and threw out my back, and I'm lying on the yeah, I'm on the golf course here,
Are
miniature
you
golf, and
are
it's
you
cold. It's cold today, but it's
what
that's
golf
okay.
course are you in?
Some golf courses like in Redwood City, I think it's
Were you
yeah.
playing with
So
Paul this morning? Did you get up like at
huh?
4 in the morning play miniature golf with Paul or
Yeah, yeah, 4 in the morning, and yeah, I rode my unicycle to the golf course in Redwood City. It's about 40 miles, I guess, and maybe that's what it did. Maybe I shouldn't have rode my unicycle for 40 miles. That's what probably messed up my back. And yeah, now I'm here on my back at the miniature golf course, and that's why it's green behind me like that.
there's a miniature. Where's I used to play miniature golf. No, that was Malibu Grand Prix in Mountain View. Did you ever go to Malibu Grand Prix or?
No, no, I didn't go to Mountain View. It's been a while. Well, yeah, I think I've been to Mountain View a few years ago. Yeah, for probably a comedy show. Um, but yeah, I haven't been to a golf course or anything like that.
I live on a golf course. I live on two golf courses.
Ah,
I live on
cool. That must be
18.
fun.
You know what? The thing about golf courses, you know how the environmentalists talk about like there's not enough land? Oh, we got enough land for everybody. All we got to do is get rid of the golf courses. They're,
Yeah. Well, you
they,
thought the same thing? Yeah, I always thought the same thing too. Man, they take up so much land, a lot more than a football field.
it's like 10 miles. These things are so big. I mean, like, couldn't we
Yeah,
just have one hole and you just keep doing it over and over? You only need
yeah,
18. We give you 6 holes. Just be happy with 6 holes. We don't need
yeah.
18.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's good. Yeah, be happy with 6 holes. It's
six
yeah,
holes.
because and they can make golf more exciting if they could have the same. You just play the golf the same way. The only thing is instead of one ball for each golfer, just have one ball between all the golfers. That would make golf a lot more exciting.
That'd be a good idea. And they got to fight each other with the clubs
Yeah,
to get the ball. I would watch that. It's like
yeah,
watching
that'd be great.
lacrosse. It's too nice. You got people with poles, and they're not even hitting each other with the poles.
Yeah, that's
It's
right. And people don't even clap or cheer. You can't clap or cheer in golf until while they're playing. You can't do that. They'll tell you shut up. That's the only sport besides I guess chess where you're not allowed to cheer.
well,
During
they
the.
people say that like soccer is boring. It's only boring because they don't gamble on it yet. I
Hmm.
think I think if we let people gamble on soccer, people would really get into watching soccer. But in Europe, you can gamble on soccer in the stadiums.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know you can. Yeah, in the stadium. Yeah, I mean, don't they have these? Well, they got these new betting apps or something. Yeah, I think you can still bet that way on soccer.
So, what are your 420 plans? Are you gonna start smoking weed this year? Or?
Yeah. No, no, I don't like this stuff.
You
I mean,
don't
it's
like weed
cool
at
if
all?
no, it's cool that people smoke it, but man, I can't stand the smell or the effects of it. It stinks so bad. Yeah, this to me, it stinks so bad. Yeah, I mean, I think I think it's fine if people want to, smoke it on their own and everything. But yeah, to do it out in public, it's like you never see anyone getting an enema out in public. So why should they have, you know, that? But yeah, just a joke. But no, I don't. I never like the. Yeah, I know you like it. I know a lot of people like it.
This is San Francisco. I have seen people getting enemas in the public, okay? I have seen that. I've seen all kinds of stuff happen in the city. They talk about how beautiful San Francisco is. I've seen people taking dumps on the streets. I've seen all kinds of stuff here. It's amazing. It's amazing,
Yeah,
yeah. But you
yeah.
know, I always
So
say
what are you
like,
gonna do?
huh?
What are you gonna do for 420? It's on Thursday, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to Hippie Hill, but I can't get anybody to go with me. People don't want to go
Really?
to San Francisco anymore. They're afraid. They're
Oh,
afraid
it's
of
not that
bars.
bad. I know you hear stuff on the news. I live here. I walk through the Tenderloin all the time. It's I guess if someone's not used to it, I guess it can be scary sometimes. But no, it's pretty safe. Yeah, I mean, besides you're going to Golden Gate Park, you should have no problem going to Golden Gate Park. Uh,
Golden Gate Park is huge. Like I know
mhm.
the beginning of it is like near Haight Ashbury.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice there.
Do you think San
It's nice.
Francisco's changed for the better over time, or
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I do notice there is a drug problem. I see more people. I see people with problems on the other bus lines, which I haven't seen before. And but yeah, but yeah, there is. I think they're working on it. The mayors they say they're starting to finally do something. Yeah, those poor people with their drug problems, Brennan and all that. Um, but anyway, yeah, yeah, it does look different now, but I do have
well,
hopes that it'll get better.
the drug
But I don't
problem
think
has
it's.
gone down since the Sylvan House moved away to LA, you know? The Sylvan House was like a major part of the drug problem in San Francisco.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
once the Sylvan House went down, kind of like the drug problem was going. But no,
hmm
what do you think
Yeah,
about
the
the
Sylvan
Sylvan
House.
House?
Everybody moves to LA. Everybody's moving to LA. I know a lot of people moved to LA. They made it big. I know a lot of people they made it big. So
I'm still here. I'm still here keeping it real for the Bay Area people. You too.
yeah, it's yeah, just keeping it real right here in San Francisco. Yeah, Bay Area.
So
There's still a lot mics that are open there. I mean, there's still a lot of good places. You can perform every day of the week in San Francisco. There's some good places too now. But yeah,
do you
I
still
don't
play
think
with your
yeah.
pencil? Do you still play with your pencil?
Yeah, when I hear a tune, you got any tune in mind that you want to
Yeah, I want to
I
hear
can
the Facts of Life theme with a pencil.
play what?
I want to hear the Facts of Life theme with a pencil.
How's that go, Paxel?
The
I never
Facts
watched
of
this.
Life. I'm just kidding.
I know. I
You got
know.
any
How about
Tupac? You got Tupac or
Tupac?
Tupac?
I know. I don't know his music. I don't follow rap. I wasn't never a big fan of rap. I think it's more poetry than music. But um,
You gotta have
yeah,
some Tupac.
I like melodies. You know.
How about California Love? You can't play California Love with a pencil.
Yeah. How's it go?
Ba,
Is
ba,
that?
ba, ba, ba,
I
ba,
don't know. I don't know.
ba.
That wasn't it, but it was something else. How about I don't know, Twisted Sister, or how about yeah, okay, Twisted Sister, yeah, okay, and Green Day. How about Green Day? Well, something like that.
Shouldn't you
Typically,
have
I'm not
like,
gonna
shouldn't your pencil have their own Instagram account?
Oh, that's a good idea. I have my website on my pencil.
What did you name your pencil?
It's well, I call it the Danny Detchi Orchestra. It's somewhere in there, but let's see. But the name of my website, DannyDetchi.com. You go to DannyDetchi.com. You can see videos, and you can keep posted on the upcoming shows coming up. So I have a show every Tuesday at Neck of the Woods, and yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I had a Wednesday show, but it's on a hiatus for a while.
Is it a number
But
two pencil?
Is that my number 2 pencil?
Is it a number two pencil? Remember that the number two pencils you need it for the scanner test. Is it number two? I mean, if I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy the
Oh, yeah. Oh, for the SAT test. Yeah. Yeah.
because
This is the same pencil. This is the same pencil actually that I used to fail the SAT test.
I got a niece and nephew in high school, so if I'm gonna buy them a pencil for their birthdays, I want to make sure that they can use it for tests. You know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is the official. You can actually use it officially for the SAT test. And if you want, I can send them. I can send them for a couple of free pencils, or or a few
But
free
it's got
pencils.
like
For
a
them.
yellow rubber on it, isn't it? It's got like a yellow rubber on it.
Yeah.
Is
Let's see
that
if I. Yeah.
is that for
Yellow
Ukraine?
eraser.
Is that because of Ukraine?
Um,
Oh yeah, you
yeah.
won
Also, because
America's
I'm a
Got.
Warriors fan. It's because also
Oh
I'm a
yeah, the
Warriors fan.
Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, they're playing tonight at 7 o'clock Pacific time. So you a Warriors fan, huh?
Well, I know the Warriors are gonna win this series. I got a secret that my brother he went to Europe for spring break with his kids, and he came back with European COVID, but he lives in Folsom, so he's gonna help spread the European COVID to the team, to the Kings team.
Uh-huh.
So they're all gonna get sick of the European COVID.
Oh, okay. That's a plan.
That's
And,
my plan. My brother really
yeah,
came. Hey, you were in America's Got Talent?
yeah. I was in America's Got Talent. They actually called me to be on that show. I wasn't even audition. They actually asked me to be on that show, but they controlled my act so much they didn't let me tell jokes. They only gave me like 90 seconds to do my act. They just wanted me to do a pencil thing, and yeah, and anyway, yeah. Simon buzzed me, but the audience actually booed Simon when they buzzed me. Um, but yeah, I wish I would have let me. They would have let me do what I wanted to do on the show.
Well,
But
isn't it funny? It's called America's Got Talent, but all the judges are foreigners. Why
yeah,
can't
yeah.
why can't they have
Except
an
Howie.
American judge?
Yeah, except Howie. I guess Howie's from.
He's
Yeah.
Canadian. I was
Oh, that's
Canadian.
true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
He's
Yeah.
Canadian. We got a couple English, the Australian. Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're in the United States, so I guess how that counts. America's Got Talent, but yeah, yeah. That's a good deal. What's the deal with all that?
Did they show you playing with your pencil on TV or?
Yeah, yeah. They showed me. They showed the scene there, and they had it on the YouTube. Maybe I can send you a link later. I don't know where. It's not like on my YouTube channel. It's on the America's Got Talent. Yeah, look for. Actually, you can search for on YouTube. Search for America's Got Talent Danny Detchi, and you'll see it. And you'll see that pretty much like 90% of the people are on my side. They were saying that they shouldn't have buzzed me and all that. And
I
so,
can't believe a lot of people have seen you play with your pencil on national TV.
hmm,
How do you feel
yeah,
about
thanks.
that? Do you feel kind of
Yeah,
weird?
thanks.
All these people are watching you play with your pencil, or
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, it was, I guess so. I have no idea how many. Uh, I'm guessing maybe 12 billion people have saw that. Yeah, about 12 to 15 billion people
you
probably
should
saw
get
that.
bookings for that. I mean, that's a talent. Did you get any
Thanks.
bookings out of that, or
Hey, what?
did you get bookings for your pencil talents, or?
No, no. After America's Got Talent, no, not much. I should market myself better. I don't do a good job of
I used to be
marketing.
talented with pencils too back in the day. I accidentally stabbed somebody one time
Wow,
in their
saxophone
hand
with a pencil.
in high school. But those were the days they didn't do anything to you for doing that kind of stuff. These days you might
Yeah.
be in real trouble for stabbing somebody with a pencil. Back in
Oh,
those
I,
days, it was just playing.
hmm. Wow, I think you'd be good with a saxophone. For some reason, I think you have the
I
build
used
for
to
it.
play the trombone. I was a trombone player. I did it for a year.
Uh-huh. Did you like it or
It was okay, but they had a. It was. I was in grade school, right? And they had a final show, and I felt pressure. I didn't know all my trombone lines. I
uh,
couldn't read worth shit, and you can't fake a trombone. That's the problem with a You can't make a trombone. I totally messed up the show. I feel really guilty about it. I was just doing whatever because, yeah, I feel bad about it. But you can't. Trombone is the wrong instrument to play. You can't fake a trombone. You can fake like almost anything else. But
uh-huh. Yeah.
if you're
I
in an
mean, so you ever think
orchestra,
about doing it back, feel bad about it? You ever think about taking it up again or
nah, I mean, I would, but I think I sold it for scrap to buy some weed. So
Oh, okay.
actually, I don't
I
think it was my trombone. I think it went back to the county. So did you play instruments when you were younger?
no, I mean one time for a few weeks I tried the violin. I was like I think 9 years old. I wasn't good at it, and besides, they got mad. I was a kind of I like rock and roll music, so after I finished my set, I smashed the violin, like a guitar. But no, I didn't really do that. But
You look like a
yeah, for a few
violin
weeks.
player. You look like a
Yeah, but for
violin player. You do.
yeah, oh, okay, yeah, I guess so. I played it for a few. I got bored. I got bored with it, and yeah, I was 9 years old. It was in school. We have a special class, I guess, like in the middle of lunchtime or something, and you go downstairs and play the violin for learn the violin. I didn't. It wasn't mine. It was the school's violin. So, but yeah, I got bored after a while.
Yeah, I was so bad at the trombone. I think they just canceled the music program for next year. I brought down the music program. Either that, or they just didn't care. They thought, who needs music? We got computers, right? They just gave us with a bunch of Apple computers to play with instead.
Yeah, that's right. We got YouTube. Who needs music? Yeah, actually, my rant and my complaint about music nowadays is it's really lame and boring. That's my rant. I wish we did have music. Yeah, that's my opinion. But yeah, music nowadays is just really lame and boring. I just no something. We need some rock and roll or something. But,
Yeah, some of the stuff is fun, but it's like it's all commercialized. Like
mhm.
I mean, do you go to any shows? Do you go to music shows? They have music shows at Neck of the Woods.
Oh yeah, no, no, I don't. Kind of like busy all the time and everything, and the comedy and stuff. But um, yeah, I'm actually some of the actually sometimes they play music while we have the comedy up. They play music upstairs when we play them up. But yeah, there are some good bands. If you go to Neck of the Woods and any other places in San Francisco, yeah, there's some people still rocking and playing good music. They're a lot better than what's her face and the other what's her face, Justin Timberlake or Bieber Lake or whatever. Yeah, it's all those guys are
Those are
and yeah, nobody,
terrible. They're
yeah,
terrible.
they suck. They're lame, right?
Anything
It's
from
like
Florida sucks. Any kind of music from Florida sucks.
yeah, it's like they grew up on Barney the dinosaur music, and that's kind of music they play now. It's just so for little children. Yeah,
Hey, so
no
have you
passion.
have you performed in the weed dispensaries?
Perform what?
Have you performed in any dispensaries or?
No, no, I don't. No, I don't. Sorry, I avoid that. I can't stand the smell.
Are you
It
afraid of
stinks really
weed?
bad, and I
Did you have
and
a
I don't
bad
like getting dizzy. It
experience?
makes me dizzy, and I just don't like
Well,
just
that's
the
part of
smell of
the
it.
fun. I don't know why people assume that being dizzy is part of the fun of marijuana. Did you
Yeah,
have
but
a
it
bad
doesn't.
experience or?
No, it makes me ill, and some yeah, just
But you
Yeah, I
must have
just
had a
don't
bad
like.
experience at one time, right?
No, I never tried it. I never tried it, but I could smell it. And actually, they did have a huge stench when the FCC free radio was at another location, the original location. Yeah, I had to leave after a while. I tried and tried, but I had to leave because it was, I don't know, dispensary next door or something, and it just really stunk. And I don't like being dizzy and nauseous, and I just don't like that. It's not for everybody.
We
Marijuana. It's
don't
just
even smoke weed in the studio here, so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know.
John
I know that was
Miller, he let us smoke weed inside, but that's John. John's just he's a bad element, you know. But
yeah. No, no.
here at the
But
Paul
when you moved
Blumba
it, when you moved
Studios,
FCC free radio there, when you moved it where you're at now, he didn't
yeah, he
allow
used
any
to be
smoking at
here.
all.
Yeah, he used to be right in the studio and stuff. But we cleansed it, you know. We
Uh
cleansed
huh.
it. We had a Catholic priest come in, you know,
Uh
do
huh.
a couple of spells, you know,
Yeah.
exorcism. We did an exorcism to cleanse
Hmm.
anything John Miller from this place. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. No, that's fine.
scary.
I was there for a few years doing the show, but then they folded. FCC free radio folded, and so I didn't do it anymore. I'm kind of like busy now. It's yeah, it was kind of hard doing it right after work. Work wasn't too far. Right, work is not too far from your studio, and I used to go after work. But man, it was kind of tiring after a while. But I mean, yeah, it was fun. I like to do the podcast. It was a lot of fun. Um, but I just right now I don't have the time to have a podcast.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. You don't need time. You know that's the
Yeah, I
beauty
wish
of
I had
it.
more time. It was fun. I used to play all those funny songs, Dr. Demento music and everything. That was fun.
Oh yeah. Well, we're looking for somebody to do like a male sex show type of host. We got a
Mhm.
female who does like a sex show, and we're looking for a male, and we're thinking maybe you could play with your pencil and do like a.
Sure. Yeah, I could do that, and I show off my muscles and stuff. And
Can you play
uh,
left-handed too, or is it just right-handed?
yeah, yeah. What? Right-handed? Yeah.
Every time there was somebody new, I would never tell them about how you play with your pencil because I wanted to see the look of surprise because people are always shocked. They think it's a gimmick, and then but you can actually play really well with that, you know.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it's fun.
But
I
you got to
started off
learn the
playing with
Facts of
it.
Life theme song. The Facts of
Yeah,
Life.
yeah. I can play pretty much yeah any song. It's
So why don't
you
you
know
book Hens on your shows? Hens wants to know why he's not booked either.
who's that?
Hens, you know
Sorry?
Hens Singleton?
Singleton.
You don't know anybody named Singleton?
Uh, I might. Let's see. What's the first name? Or is
Do you know Hen
it? or,
Singleton? You don't know Hen Singleton? Okay, well, you got to find them. Damn it! It's hard to find them because he's hiding. He likes to hide on Instagram and Facebook. He's
oh, you
afraid
mean
of
Hen
social
Singleton? Yeah,
media.
yeah.
But yeah, you know, you got to book us on your shows. You know, we're big time now. You can't just expect us to show up. You got to book.
Yeah. No, no, yeah. Just let me know. It's just like that's how I do it to everybody. You just let me know any Tuesday, weeks, months ahead of time, years. It doesn't matter.
We got to go
I only book
viral.
until the year.
What you got to do
Yeah.
is
So
put me in the final of your comedy competition and have me win. People will
okay,
be
maybe what I could
pissed.
do. Maybe what I could do, I could have the finals, have the people who participate in the show, then have a winner, and then I can say, oh, we had a miscalculation, and then bring you up, even though you didn't perform, and just declare you the winner
Yeah.
at the end of the thing. Yeah, I could do that,
And give
and
me.
people say, yeah, that'd be something, and yeah, that'd be great. So we'll have the contestants, they'll perform. When they're done performing, we'll have a final winner. But then we'll say, oh, did a miscalculation, and then bring you up and declare you as the winner, even though you didn't perform.
Who won it last year? Did you have one last year?
Yeah, yeah, I had it.
Oh,
Yeah,
there it
last
is.
year. I think last year was the first one since the pandemic. So yeah, we had that last year. That was the first year, yeah, since the pandemic. So we didn't have the Funny Fest for 2 years, I guess.
How did they let you not do the show? I mean, I
Well,
know
well, it was a
COVID was
pandemic.
bad,
We
but
didn't
they
want to
should
go
have
in.
risked it, right?
I mean, they were closed. They closed up, and also,
You
yeah,
didn't
I didn't
break
want to do
in.
any shows during the pandemic. We didn't know what was going on.
You didn't break
Um,
in. You should have broken in. I would have broken
oh,
in.
sure. I guess so. Yeah, I could have done that. I'm not sure we would have much audience except for the police, I guess.
What's the
But
worst thing that could have happened? You could have started a
being
riot.
arrested,
They would have changed the name of the place again. I'm,
yeah, call it, yeah, we call the Danny Ditchy venue, and but I'm yeah, yeah. There's a police and all that stuff, so I wouldn't be able to do it for long.
oh yeah. I was at an open mic in, I think it was in San Francisco years ago, where they had like some police memorial right before, and then they
Oh,
had the open mic, and a lot of people in the audience were part of the. There were police from the memorial, and it was really weird, you know.
yeah,
One of the hecklers kept heckling us. I think it was the son of the police. He kept heckling us. It was just strange, you know.
it
But
is strange. They had a police memorial, and then they had a comedy show.
yeah, because
Wow.
it was like a police bar or something, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay. Wow, that kind of would, I would think that would ruin the mood, but yeah.
So it's 420. Shouldn't you at least try and get high once in your life?
No, I just don't like it. It's like
How do you
somebody
know
telling
you
me,
don't like it, you know?
it's like somebody says, "Hey, why don't you get a punch in the face? Try it one time, see if you like it." Uh,
I mean,
yeah,
I
that's
could
what
do
it's.
that.
I
Hey,
and I know I don't like it because I smelled it and it stinks horrible, and I know what the effects of it are. I mean, not directly, but I do indirectly. The secondhand smoke, I just can't stand it. It's to me, it's horrible. One of the worst things around.
I mean, what's the
Yeah.
worst thing that could happen to you? You end up playing with your pencil for a couple of hours in a row. You know?
Yeah,
How
I
about
know. And I would
mushroom?
think I'm in front of a large audience. I'm in front of a stadium full of people, like 100,000 people. Yeah, and then I'm probably just actually. Then I wake up. I'm actually in my closet or something.
I have one of your
With a
old
pencil.
pencils in my room. I thought you were gonna become famous after America's Got Talent. I was gonna sell
Uh
your pencil for like a couple of dollars on eBay.
huh. All right. Well, there's still a chance. I'm going to see if one of these days maybe I can wind up in a late night show or something somehow. I don't know how, but
They don't
and
do
then
farewell comedians on America's Got Talent, do they?
do they what? All comedians? I'm
Do
like,
they? Comedians have never won that show, America's Got Talent.
no. I think one time one guy came in second place a few years ago. I think that's as high, and yeah, comedians don't win there, and so um, I think somebody ended second, maybe third place. That's the highest a comedian ended on America's Got Talent.
Why
Um,
don't they
yeah, I
invite you
think.
back? They should have you on every year, you know.
Thanks.
But you got to
Um,
come up with a new gimmick, you know. I mean, you did the pencil thing. Maybe do play with a baseball bat next year.
yeah, yeah, that'd be good.
What else
Yeah,
could you
with the,
play with? What else could you play with? You need something new, something more exciting, like a
well,
knife.
okay.
Like a
Well, I
knife,
also
that's
play.
exciting. You could cut
Well,
yourself or play, huh?
I mean, yeah, I mean something besides the pencil. Yeah, actually I do play. Sometimes I forget on stage. Sometimes I do play a song, and I say I'm going to play this. Next song is no pencil, just forehead, and I play on my forehead. Like I'm not sure you can hear on the phone here. Here we go. Let's see. How about the chopsticks? Okay. There you go. I'm not sure were you able to hear that?
Are you sending out conspiracy theory messages to people?
No, I was playing the chopsticks.
That's
Yeah, it may not sound that well on the
my head
podcast here.
doesn't have a noise.
Yeah, yeah, go. Okay, that's pretty much it.
That's
I'm
it.
not sure you
That's
can hear it.
interesting. Now, I know this is a
So,
personal question, but it
mhm.
sounds hollow in there. Do you have like a brain inside, or
Yeah, that's what I mentioned to people. I say that yeah, it sounds hollow in there because I think every time I do this, I lose brain cells, and that's why I never get mad at anybody because if I want to give them a piece of my mind, it could be my last piece. So, so it is hollow in there, I guess. Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. They say we only use like 20% of our brain, so we got
Hmm.
80% that I don't know what is doing it out there. But when I smoke weed, I only use like 5% of my brain and stuff
Uh-huh.
to smoke. But have you done psychedelics? Are you a psychedelic type of person?
No, I don't do drugs. The only drugs I ever did was when I mixed Flintstones and Bullwinkle's vitamins together. That's the only drugs I ever did. Mix them up together.
Was that scary back in the day?
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
would.
was yeah, pretty wild back then. Back in the day, just mixing Bullwinkle and Flintstone vitamins, and yeah, not many people would do that.
I used to do a whole bottle of Flintstones vitamin in a day. I was
Wow.
addicted. I was addicted to Flintstones vitamin, because that's what we did back in the day.
That's right.
It was
Yeah.
better because I they didn't have super glue when I was a kid. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would make lines of, only Barney Rubble because, Fred Flintstone, you can't make lines of Fred because that's sacred. He's our leader. So we only do like
Yeah.
Barney
I
Rubble and stuff. Yeah.
Wow, I see. So you're the expert on that. Wow. Okay. It's
Do you think
good
you
to know.
missed
Yeah.
out on the whole culture? I mean, you live in San Francisco. Do you ever feel like you missed out on the whole marijuana culture? It's so big now.
No, I don't think I missed out on the marijuana culture. And I mean, there's not much to it. What's the culture? People smoke pot and run into the brick wall. Is that what they do? I don't know. But, pass out or something. I don't know.
You must
But,
be psychic because in high school we did end up in a car on a brick wall. So yeah,
huh,
I was in a car that ended up on a brick wall, but I wasn't driving. And I want to clarify it. None of us were high. We might have been drunk,
uh-huh.
but but yeah, we did end up in a brick wall. I don't know.
Wow.
It's really weird because I don't drink, so I always feel weird when there's like a drinking thing going on. I'm not involved.
Oh, don't worry. Well, I don't drink either, actually. I don't uh, drink or do pot or smoke or anything like that. Yeah, just, yeah, I don't do that either. Oh, I'm surprised. Oh, you don't drink either. Okay. That's something I didn't know that. So, but yeah, that's things I don't do. I just have fun with reality, I guess. I just
Yeah, the thing about it is, it's weird. I spent all this time in these bars,
hmm.
and I didn't even drink, and I felt cheated, because I had to deal with a lot of comedians who demanded my drink tickets. I used
Oh
to
yeah.
get
Wow.
bullied for drink tickets because people knew.
Wow.
Do you get bullied for drink tickets?
Yeah, I give drink tickets out to the comedians at Neck of the Woods.
But do you
Yeah,
get
everybody
bullied
gets it.
for them? Like, give me another one. Give me another one.
No, they only get one drink ticket. And before I give them the ticket, I always tell them that you get a free drink with this drink ticket, but the ticket is actually $15. So, so you get a free drink with a ticket, but the ticket's $15. Yeah, it's just part of the thing I say. It's not
What's the
true,
most
but
expensive drink there? I would look for the most expensive drink.
yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's yeah. If you get well, you don't drink. If you get a 7 Up or something, water, they don't charge you anyway. So,
What do you think
but
about the open mic scene? Do you like doing open mics or?
yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I get to see a lot of comedians. A lot of comedians on my shows start out for the very first time, and then I see more, and they become regulars, and yeah, and they move on, and some of them. I don't know if anybody's ever made it big. Maybe a couple of comedians made it big from my shows, but
What about
um,
me?
hmm?
What about me? I was in your show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, something like that. Yeah, you can be on my show. And
Ali
again,
Wong never went
just
to
let
your
me know.
shows.
I'll book you. I'll book you ahead of time. Just let me know whenever you want to come in.
Did Ali Wong go to your shows or
Do you want to come to my shows? You're saying?
no? Ali
Um,
Wong was Ali Wong at your open mic
oh,
or
no, but I did see. Yeah, I did perform with her. Yeah, a number of times. I mean, have you also? I mean, you've seen her. Or, I
yeah?
mean, I
I
performed with
used
her
to
at the
hear.
Punchline at Comms and at the Brainwash, of course, and maybe some other places too. I used to bump into her all the time.
Yeah,
On
I always find open mics frustrating, because you I didn't get booked that much, so I would find these things frustrating. You sit there for a while, and
yeah,
it's like the Zoom shows, you just sit there and the camera's on you, and you're supposed to
yeah,
laugh at everybody's jokes, you know.
yeah. But yeah, that's what it is. Open mics are. I mean, my shows go from like 7 to 9 or so. Sometimes they go to 10 if we get a lot of comedians and we get a good crowd. But yeah, that's the way it is. It's comedy. You just sit around and yes, do you twiddle your thumbs and all that stuff. Or,
You live in that area, don't you? Or do you live
yeah,
nearby
yeah,
there?
yeah. I live a walking distance, I guess, to the neck of the woods.
That area is pretty good these days, like
Hmm.
there was a chance that I was gonna that but they kicked all the drug users out of there, the Sylvan House. As soon as the
Yeah.
Sylvan House moved out, the whole neighborhood like became nice.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool there now. Yeah, you should come out. Like I said, because you live in the East Bay, right? You live.
I live
Uh
in Walnut Creek. I don't like to tell people that I'm in Walnut Creek because they see dollar signs, they
huh.
think
Yeah.
they think that I showed up here in a Rolls Royce or something. They don't.
Yeah, you do.
I'm
I
from
mean, you
the
have a few
slums of
Rolls
Walnut
Royces, don't you?
Creek. I'm from the slums of Walnut Creek.
I mean, don't you have like 10 Rolls Royces? I heard it's.
I don't even got a driver's license anymore. So I don't got any driver. I got this thing called a BART pass. I
Oh,
got a
okay.
BART
Yeah. I mean,
pass.
the thing is, you're close. I mean, you take BART, and it leaves you really close to your studio there. So.
I know the BART is the best thing going, and it's expensive though. But yeah, if it weren't for BART, I couldn't go anywhere. Like there was a BART strike about 10 years ago.
Hmm.
Where I live, I live in such a good area, the buses don't even bother to run anymore on the weekends. So
Oh. Oh. Okay.
you
Wow.
gotta live
Yeah.
in a bad neighborhood if you don't have a license because you can't get around. The buses where I live in my county are like the nicest buses I've ever seen because
Hmm.
they actually got Wi-Fi. These buses got
Wow.
Wi-Fi and nobody
Wow.
rides them. Even when they're free, nobody rides. Yeah.
That's something. Yeah, that's something. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
So
make up for it. I ride Muni for free every time.
yeah, it's kind of easier to write Muni for free now. They don't do anything really much. Sometimes you can hop on and nobody's going to do anything about that. So because a lot of people do that. So on
You're on the
Muni.
38 line, aren't you? On the Gary line?
Yeah, 38. Yep, 38. I get around. Takes me everywhere. So
Are you
pretty
scared of
much.
being on the 38 or?
No, it's fine. 38 is fine. All the buses are okay. Just yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, San Francisco's not that bad. It's
You gotta say
yeah, but
something bad about San Francisco. You can't keep telling me everything's okay. Everything's not okay, damn it.
no,
There's
it's not.
people on
It's true. It's not.
fentanyl a block away from here.
Yeah, it's not as good. Yeah, it's not as good as it. It's kind of bad now. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's terribly dangerous or anything like that. But it's yeah, it's not as clean. There are a lot of people with drug problems there, especially yeah, they're near the studio in the Tenderloin area. Yeah, it's kind of it's not, I don't think it's dangerous, but it's not pretty. It's
I mean, I don't get scared, but if I were a female, I wouldn't want to be surrounded by this mess, you know. But as a
Yeah, yeah.
male, I fight it, you know. But just because, but sometimes I get scared because sometimes they try and sell me stuff, and I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking I'm not wearing the right clothes, you know. I'm dressed
Uh-huh.
to their level. I gotta dress more like Gucci and stuff.
Which no, I think that makes it worse. It's just dress casually, very casually. Just somebody just ignore people or just say no thanks. You know, somebody offers you no, no thanks. Keep walking, and yep, should be okay. You don't, don't get don't start up a conversation or don't get riled if they say something and start talking back or anything. Just keep going on your way. Just say no thanks and keep on going.
I look
And
to see if I know anybody though. Because you know I did open mics for so long. I'm like I must know some of these people here with the drug
yeah.
problem.
Huh. Yeah, but there are a lot of open mics. Well, not a lot, but there's some open mics where you live over there.
Oh yeah, there's some open. You know I'm not even on Bacon. I got thrown out of Bacon by Dan Wilson. I was thrown off
Oh,
Bacon like 7 years ago.
well, try getting on again. See what happens.
I would, but it's like I don't know. It's like it is what it is. You know I don't need Bacon. Damn it, Bacon needs me.
Yeah, right.
Bacon
Yeah.
needs
Well, there are
me.
others also. There's also San Francisco comedy, and there's also North Bay comedy. You
Oh, North
can get
Bay,
on that.
yeah. I'm in the Sacramento comedy group.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
in
that
that
too. I'm in
group.
that one.
They haven't
Recently got
thrown me
onto
out
that
of
one.
there yet, but
Yeah. So, hey, Chris. Yeah, I have to get back to work here. I work at the home, work from home, but sometimes also work at the office. Today I'm not at the office, um, but it's
so
yeah, it's good to
what's
see
your
you and everything.
website? Where can we
Huh?
find you?
Oh, we're gonna find me DannyDetchy.com. DANNYDECHI.com.
And your show's every Tuesday at Neck of the Woods.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock and it's free for everybody.
So, and do you give out free pencils?
Yeah, actually, I do. So I have some free pencils, and I give it my free pencils with my website on it. Yep. So
Sounds
yeah. So
exciting. I should go
what?
down there. I'm never here on Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's only on Tuesdays and stuff. So
You
but
got to move
if
it
you're
to
ever on Tuesday,
Mondays. Why don't you move it to Mondays?
oh, because of you,
Because
yeah, I
I'm
don't
here on a
know.
Monday.
Yeah. Now Mondays. No, they gave me Tuesday. It's always been Tuesday. So
Okay. If you
yeah,
don't want
maybe
to move,
you can change it.
if you don't want to move it to Monday, it's okay. You know.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to feel
Say hi
bad,
to
but
Sweet Gail. Have you seen Sweet Gail lately, or
I know, no, I haven't seen her in a long
where's
time. Did
Sweet
she?
Gail? Where's Sweet Gail?
Wait, I'm trying to think. Did she pass away? It's a few years
Oh,
ago.
maybe.
I think so.
She told
Maybe
me she was
wrong.
going to leave me her television though in her will.
Uh-huh. Wow. Okay. You know that, but yeah, Sweet Gal. I never really saw her much.
Oh yeah.
She didn't come out to the shows much, but I knew about her. Yeah, I think I met her a couple of times or a few times.
Well, thank you for
So
being on, Danny.
yeah, thanks. Good to see you, Chris. And again, just let me know. I'll book you any Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I'll
Uh,
be down there one day. I'll be in town. I'll bring Hens with me.
uh-huh.
We'll
Okay.
just we'll smoke weed inside your room in neck of the
No.
woods. We'll just we'll like burn the place down and stuff.
I guess so. That's what would happen. I guess it's a lot of wood there. It's neck of the woods, and there's a lot of wood there. So,
You know,
hey, Chris.
I'm still a fan of Rocker Room though.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Thank you for being on. See you later.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah. Take care. Bye.
So we got Danny Detsy on. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, my brother went off to Europe for spring break, and he came back with European COVID. And it's like, why are you gonna come back with why are you gonna spread? My brother's like a super spreader. It's kind of shameful for me, you know, to have a brother that's like a super spreader. I mean, like, it's spring break. You go with your kids to Europe. Like, it's all fancy. I'm not part of the fancy part of the family. I'm the regular part of the family. I've been in Europe only once. But it's like, yeah, he came back from Europe, and it's like, I mean, the European COVID is dangerous. I don't want my niece and nephew to be around the European COVID. It's just like wrong. Why is he gonna do this to us? You know, it's just not okay to be around European COVID anymore. It's kind of distasteful. I was thinking about 420 and the beginnings of 420. In fact, the history of 420 goes back to year 420 uh, BC before Christ. If people were standing around Jamaica, lightning kept hitting these weed plants, and they every time it happened, like they smelled it, they smelled the smoke, and they got excited, and they're like, "Yeah, that's for me." But they couldn't figure out how to do that because they hadn't invented fire yet. So they would dance around and make sure that it rained and rained until the lightning hit the wheat plant again. And then one day they realized that, hey, this wheat plant is not only good for weed, but it's good for hemp paper. And hemp paper is what they made the first Bible out of. So that's how 420 got started. I don't even remember when I first started celebrating 420, you know. I mean, I smoked weed for years, but 420 is not like it's not something that was big. It was big, but now 420 has become commercialized to the point where I mean, I'm actually looking for 420 gear, but I can't find it. Like I went to my local dollar store in the Mission where I always get weed socks this morning because I bought a 420 hat there last year. Not during 420, of course, you know, but I bought it back in the day and I'm wearing it now. And it's like, it's exciting. I have a lot of weed socks. Weed socks are like my main collection because I like weed socks, but I always thought it was weird that we're so well taught that people still wear the same combo socks, you know? You don't mix socks. We always talk about being individuals, you know, setting our own style, but people always choose to wear matching socks. Nobody like just wears regular different socks. It's like we're so well trained to wear socks. We wear socks. We wear matching socks. You know, it's like people, when they say they're busy, they're not that busy not to find the matching socks. So I went down there looking for 420 gear. And 420 is big. It's a big thing. You got to be around a bunch of potheads. I always ask in advance. I plan it out with my friends. You know, we all decide we're all going to the same place. I'm going to a sesh this year at 420. In fact, the 420, I go to a sesh a lot. My main sesh is called the Fire Market. And they usually don't have 420 shows because usually it doesn't fall on Thursday or Friday and Saturday that they do it. But this year it's actually falling on 420. It's falling on 420. So I'm going to that sesh. They're giving away a 50-inch TV, you know, and that's exciting because I don't know how I'm gonna get a 50-inch TV on BART. Like, am I gonna be carrying my TV on BART? Am I gonna get the TV stolen? And the thing about these TVs, they look huge in the stores, right? But the boxes are huge. The boxes make the TV look like if it's 50, the box is gonna look like it's 75. And it looks impressive. But when you get home and you take it out of the box, you realize, you know, that TV is not that big. That TV is just not that big. And it's like, I mean, and I want a huge TV because, you know, I can't see very well. I need glasses to see TV. And I'm thinking, I don't need glasses. I just need a bigger TV, you know? I need everything bigger. Why is it that my eyes are the problem? Everything. Why shouldn't everything be bigger than that? You know, and it's like 420 is coming up. People have. I used to go to a lot of dispensaries for 420. That was my thing. I always figured that's when they treat you the best. Is 420. You show up, but now they don't treat you good at all. So I don't even bother to do any of that stuff. But you know, people are going through hard times these days. You know, COVID, the tech industry, they're all losing their jobs. And it really upsets me that they raise the weed prices right before 420 because it's like a big event. So what they do is they raise the prices and then they tell you it's on sale. It's not on sale. It costs more than it did the week before. But you're gonna pay extra money because it's 420. It's a holiday, and that's okay with me. You know, if you want to pay that price, but like I'm not about that. I'm about buying all your weed before 420. So when 420 comes around, you got your stuff ready to go. And people are like, there was a couple of there were a couple of sessions that ended up fighting. You know, there was like a family dispute at a sesh I go to. Um, just a little. What happened is the guy who ran the sesh for 4 years. I guess he decided he was gonna rip off the sesh he works for. So he took all the money from the sesh, and then, I mean, this is the sesh in Oakland, so they're not about letting anybody take off with money. So I guess they broke all this guy's windows in his house, you know, which sounds crazy, like, but how much time does it take to break all the windows in somebody's house? It sounds like the kind of thing that you hear about. Maybe they broke one window and you try to make it worse, like they broke all my windows, you know. But it's crazy, and I keep thinking, should I go back to? Now they split up into two sessions, so you got sesh, one session is being run by the original family that's owned it for 7 years. The other session is being run by the guy who used to run the sesh for them. So you got two different sessions, and you got to decide which one do you go to. Do you go to the original sesh people? And frankly, I don't like any of them because they don't have seats. They don't have a place to sit. Like, these sessions got to understand we're customers. We're old people. We need to sit down. You're having all day raffles. You got to have people sitting down. If you expect people to kick it around for your raffles, you should have a place for them at least to kick it at, right? But yeah, I'm not down with breaking windows. That's not cool with me. If you're taking people's money, I don't like that either. That's not. But like, I don't know. What is the worst? Is it worse to break people's windows or to steal money from them? I mean, what is easier to live with? Like, if you have a conscience, and thank God I'm not a vendor because the vendors itself, they're the ones that got to decide. Am I going with A or B? And all the vendors, most of the vendors I know, I went with management. You know, they went with the management they went with, and it's like right before 420, like a week before 420. You know, it was like about 10 days before 420, and you get a split. That's what it's all about. You know, this is the rumor mill. This is all about. You're talking about breaking news from the Bay Area cannabis industry. Right before 420, the biggest sesh broke up, and and they're doing it in two different places at the same time. They're doing it Thursdays and Saturdays. They're at the same time, the same places. And I had to decide, did I go with A or B? Or do I stick with my original sesh? And it was hard to decide because I don't condone it. I don't condone violence. I don't condone thievery. I don't condone sessions having places where there's no seats for me to sit down. Like, and the thing that really upset me about it is that there was 100 seats locked up in the back. You know, it's like, why are you gonna lock up seats if I can't sit down? If you can't sit down, why am I gonna be at your sesh? Like, why am I gonna be at your sesh if you can't sit down? It's silly. Why can't you buy chairs? You know, why can't you buy chairs for people? Why is it so hard to understand people need chairs to sit down? You know, like they don't. I'm a basic person. I need a chair to sit down. I'm very upset if I don't have a chair to sit down. I go to your sesh. I expect to sit the fuck down. You know, I expect you to have fun raffles for me to play with. I expect, I expect all this stuff from you. I don't expect violence. I don't expect to be searched. You know, when I get searched out of sesh, I get like I kind of antsy it up. But that's the things that I expect. But yeah, the whole sesh industry is in Oakland right now, and I like the sessions, but I wish they were more fun. You know, there's one sesh that every time they're like, we're having a 420 party. I went to the 420 party last year. It was boring. In fact, I actually went to a sesh at noon at a 420 party. It was fun. It was like full of vendors. At 3 p.m., the cops had shut it down. I expected to get my money back. It's not 420, damn it. I want my 10 bucks back. I didn't really expect my $10 back. But I'm like, it's not even 420. I've never been in a sesh before that got shut down by the police. It's 420. Why are the police shutting down a 420 sesh? Okay, so maybe the owners of this building didn't realize they were having a sesh. That might be a problem. That might be a problem. And I understand that could be a problem. But it's not my problem. I expect my... And then I went to another sesh. It was hella boring. They had a band. This guy's singing. Like, 420 comes around. The guy didn't even bother to announce it was 420. I'm like, we're here because it's 420. Your only main job is to announce it's 420. It's 420. What's the goddamn number we're all into? Why are we here? Because it's 420. It's 420. You announce it's 420. At least let it know. I asked the guy later on, man. It was 420. You didn't say it was 420. You said it was gonna ruin my song. Gonna ruin my song. But you know, I forgive, of course. So they had a 710 party, right? 710 is like the concentration equivalent of 420, you know? Because if you take 710 backwards, it's oil. So I went to their 710 party. Guess that wasn't the only time I got fooled by this one sesh. Okay? I don't like to mention names because I might be going back one day. I was at their Super Bowl party one year. This must have been like 2 or 3 years ago. So they had come watch the Super Bowl. It's halftime. I'm like, when's the second half starting? It's halftime. Guess what? They're kicking us out of halftime. You had a Super Bowl party, damn it. You can't kick us out of halftime. Said it was a Super Bowl. And that's why enough of this sesh. So I scratched this sesh off the list. I got the competing sessions. I don't want to deal with competing sessions just yet. You know, because you never know what could happen. It's 420. There could be retaliation. I love weed, but there's like a level to my weed love, you know. There's a certain level to my weed love. There's certain things I don't like to deal with weed. And that's one thing about the weed industry that I didn't realize until I started going to these sessions. You can't really be involved as a vendor. You can't really be a vendor at this level unless you got guns on you to protect yourself. Because these people get followed home, they get robbed. And I'm not really that comfortable with carrying guns for weed. You know, if I was a big time drug dealer, that would be different. I would understand. But so I don't want to go to the competing sessions. So it's back to my old sesh for 420. But 420 is a big event. And what really upsets me that people don't book me for 420, you know? And anyways, I mean, do you really want to be at a comedy club on 420? You can't really even smoke weed at a comedy club. Who cares? You can be at a comedy club every night of the week. You don't have to be at a comedy club at 420. 420 is about getting high. It's about smoking weed. So that's the other problem that I have with comedy shows in 420. If you're having a 420 comedy show, you should be able to let people smoke weed. What's the point of having a 420 show if you can't smoke weed, you know? It's not right, you know what I mean? So that's the other problem. Now I wanted to go to Hippie Hill, but my friends are all like, nobody wants to go to San Francisco anymore. San Francisco has become the new hell, you know? The new hell. People don't want to be here. They're scared of it. They see the news. I'm like, it's not that bad, you know? But the thing about Hippie Hill, I think it's organized now. I think you need to get a reservation. And like, I'm not about getting reservations for Hippie Hill, you know? I'm old school and I don't even like Golden Gate Park. Golden Gate Park is messed up, you know? I like Haight Ashbury. I like going there. But like, I still gotta feel my way out of things, you know? It's like, and I feel bad. I feel bad, you know? I had a friend that used to sell weed at Haight Ashbury for years to tourists, and then they opened up a dispensary, and he lost business. All these tourists, they want to buy weed from people on the streets anymore, you know? I felt for the guy. It's like it's crazy. The business has changed, you know. And he had to now he's selling mushrooms to people. Like, look, I brought some mushrooms for people. You know, she's actually getting into mushrooms now. And it's kind of weird. Like mushrooms are like everywhere. Mushrooms are like it's like the new beer, you know. People used to drink beers for fun. Now they do mushrooms. I don't know. I don't know if I like mushrooms, you know. The truth is I used to smoke mushrooms, but somebody told me don't smoke mushrooms. They're really bad for you. So I don't smoke them anymore. I don't smoke mushrooms anymore. But I win mushrooms from the sesh I go to, which is called the Fire Market. It's in Oakland. Look it up on Instagram. And one problem that I do have with people, and I gotta say this. This is a big problem I have with females. When I show up with a female to a place, do not ask me. Females do not have the right to ask me in front of the other females if that is my girlfriend. I hate that shit. If I show up to a place with a female, another female is like, is that your girlfriend? Like, well, that's kind of rude. Why are you saying that, you know? Why are you like putting me on the spot like that, you know? I don't do that stuff. When I see my female friend showing up with a guy, I don't like, is that your boyfriend? I don't do that stuff, you know? It's like, and it's weird. And then the woman gets offended. She's like, what you, I'm like, I don't know. We're at a sesh for God's sakes, you know? This is weed, you know? But it's like, that's just completely rude. Don't be rude, okay? Okay? If we ever show up wearing the same t-shirt one day, then we might be in a relationship. That's the 10 giveaway. You know? If I'm at Ross looking for t-shirts different sizes, that's when you know we'll be in a relationship. If you see me walking around with a Best Buds t-shirt, we're both wearing Best Buds t-shirts, you know? Like, that's a dead giveaway. But don't be rude and like, is that your girlfriend? Like, and then they take offense to it. Like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I'm not here to spend money, so I guess it's not my girlfriend, you know? But it's like, hey, I don't make that much money. I don't understand why you gotta be rude. Be respectful. We're all friends. It's all about friendship. It's all friendship these days. It's like, at the end of the day, it's 420. It's become like the biggest holiday in the pothead. It's like being St. Patrick's Day, but instead of throwing up and puking everywhere, you're gonna be having daydreams and night dreams. You'll be smoking weed. I never liked St. Patrick's Day. I thought it was like or a Cinco de Mayo. I'm like, who cares? You know, it's like it's kind of the thing about it. It's kind of scary for me because weed has become so much stronger than it used to be. Back in the day, I used to smoke shitty weed. I was okay, but some of this weed is just way too strong, and I don't like it. I don't like strong weed, and I always get my hands on really strong weed, and I don't appreciate it at all. I wish we could go back, like, and the whole thing that the whole thing about the marijuana is like it's female, and these days you don't even need to buy male seeds. I feel bad for the male plants, because if they feel left out, like you don't want male seeds. Nobody wants male seeds. Like, why you're a male? Why can't you have a couple of male seeds? Everything back in the day, you would get a bunch of seeds. You didn't know if they were male, they were female. It's like having kids. You come one day, you don't know until the doctor tells you. You don't know if it's gonna pop out a male or a female. It was more fun, but it's like if we're so concentrated on having only female seeds, are we gonna do that in the future? Are we gonna make sure that we get to choose what kind of baby? Do we want a male baby or a female baby? I was supposed to be a female baby because I had an older brother that was male. As you can see, I was born a man. I actually had a girl's name picked out, which actually became my cousin's name was Carola. If I had been a girl, I would have been Carola, like the car. That's what my mom has a Toyota to this day for that reason. She never got over the fact that I wasn't a girl. But yeah, it's like here we are. It's 420, and we're on the road to 420. But first of all, if I have one thing to say, I don't like that you got to be 21 to go to dispensaries. I like that you can be at 18 to smoke weed. I don't have a problem with 18-year-olds getting high on weed. I mean, I don't have a problem with them smoking cigarettes. I always think like we make a big deal out of these tiny little things, which aren't really that bad for you, but we don't really tell them what's up. We gotta like push. We gotta like, don't do this stuff. This stuff is bad for you. I don't like the whole generalization. And that's the other thing I don't like about some. I don't like the whole thing about. But that's one thing I like about Sesh is that there is no kids. It's an adult place. We don't deal with children here, you know. And it's like being it's fun. There's nothing funner than having somebody like do a raffle where they're throwing things up in the air and you get to fight with people to catch. I've gotten injured before. I've had a couple of injuries, like I didn't play tackle football when I was in high school, but I didn't need to because I did these raffles. One time somebody threw a weed bag in the air, the host, and I was gonna go catch it. I swear this guy must have been about 350. He was going for it, and he kind of ran into me, and I flew across the room, and I landed, and that's when I realized, like, maybe getting injured trying to catch weed is not the best activity. But the thing about it is, there's part of you that likes that. There's the competitiveness of catching that weed, and it's excitement. But I have seen a couple of fights break out in the middle of the raffles. One time, these two women were like trying to catch some bag of weed or I don't know what it was. And this old black woman just decked this fat white woman, some redhead, just decked her. And then the white woman was kind of shocked at first. She didn't know what to say. She kind of realized, like, I can't fight an old black woman. So her friends just kind of grabbed her and she acted like she was trying to get away. And at the end, they just gave her a bunch of free weed. But it's kind of shocking to see that. And it's like, it's some crazy animal instinct. Like, and sometimes you feel weird because, your instinct is to grab the bag. You realize there's people surrounding this area. There's other people trying to grab the bag too. But at the end of the day, your instinct is to grab this damn bag. You don't care who it is. And sometimes things are going to happen. Like, you're going to get slapped around. You're going to hit somebody. But that's okay. That's what all these raffles are about. And that's what 420 is really about. It's about having a good time. But there should be limits. You shouldn't be able to make money off Hippie Hill. You shouldn't make, like, the whole thing. I'm about, like, being more open about. I figure it's like we're headed one way. Why aren't we allowed to smoke weed in movie theaters? Why can't I go to the Metreon and smoke some weed? I think that should be the next evolution of it. We should have movie theaters. We could smoke weed. Why can't we smoke weed in bars again? You know, back in the day, you could smoke cigarettes in bars. I always done it. Like I smoke weed in BART stations. You're not allowed to. I smoke weed in BART trains. You're not allowed to. But there's people there doing harder drugs than weed. So I always feel like if you're gonna be like doing lines or smoking meth, why shouldn't I be able to smoke weed? But at the same time, I don't want to be busted for smoking weed on BART. I was once before, and I feel weird about it. But I saw. Oh yeah. But I was on the bus bridge. You know what a bus bridge is? Basically, this weekend they shut down the BART trains between Orinda and Rockridge. Now I live in Walnut Creek. I'm on the BART line, so it goes Walnut Creek, Lafayette, Orinda, and but I had to get off the train. I had to get off the train at Orinda, walk downstairs, get on a bus. The bus takes me to Rockridge. I get off the bus, and then, but the thing is, they made it stand up and wait 15 minutes for the bus. It's like, but doesn't the BART train like close like at midnight? Don't you got like 6 hours a night to fix things? Why you gotta just, and why do they always do this on the weekends? You know, why on the weekends? Why can't they do this during the week? The weekends is when everybody's out. People are excited. They're happy. I'm on the bus bridge. I'm unhappy now. I got, and it's hard, because I didn't pass pre-algebra, right? So I can't figure out how much more time I need to add to my trip. And they're telling me you gotta add more time to your trip. And I'm like, I mean, how much time? I don't know how fast the train is. Sometimes they got us on AC Transit buses. Sometimes they got us on Contra Costa buses. And I was like, how much more time do I got to add on to my trip? They don't really tell you that kind of stuff. And that's upsetting to me because they should be more helpful. Like, they just tell you where to walk. You got to sit over here. You got to sit over there. You got to do this. You got to check out here. But it's like, how much more time am I supposed to add to my trip? And why do they always do it in that station? This is like the third weekend in the last 2 months that they shut down that section. I mean, how long does it take to fix the train tracks? It's just wood or metal. I mean, couldn't you do this like in a nighttime? It's like it's taking up my time, and I spend my hard-earned money to ride BART. And sometimes I calculate my trip. I'm trying to make it to places I want to be at, and then they cancel the train. And they're like, we got a 15-minute delay on BART because we canceled your train. And I was like, well, don't cancel the goddamn train. That way there won't be a delay. I mean, and it's like, and the bar people, they know. Like, I mean, BART, they don't have as many riders as they do. They know they're not making a lot of money, but they're not stupid. We're not gonna shut down BART, BART's always gonna be there. They basically can run it any way they want. They can do anything to it they want. They want to cancel trips, they'll cancel trips because we need BART. We can't BART is so important to the Bay Area. I mean, just on a tourism level alone, it connects all the airports. You know, soon they'll have a BART station in the San Jose airport, and they need it. So they're like, yeah, yeah. Whatever criticism they get, they're like, whatever, whatever. We don't have to listen to you because we're not going anywhere. You need us. We can do whatever we want. You need us. You're always gonna be riding BART. You got no license, so shut the hell up and just ride us and be happy. But they know it. They can basically do what the hell they want with BART. And it's like, frankly, I don't have a problem with them. I mean, during COVID, it used to be once every half hour. It's like once every 15 or 20 minutes, which is okay with me, you know. But I do think we should have like a smoking section on the BART trains. Make it easier for people who have to travel. I gotta be on like an hour at a time, you know. I need to smoke weed, you know. They're like, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. I'm like, well, what can you do on the bar? You can just sit there. You can sit there. That's all you're allowed to do. Why don't they just tell us straight up? All you're gonna be doing is sitting around in the seat, going from one place to another. You can't do anything. You can't play loud music. You can't eat. You can't drink. You can't smoke. You can't do graffiti. You can't do nothing. There's no bathrooms inside BART train. You can't do nothing. Just sit there and be happy. You know, just be excited. Look around. Pay your money. Get the hell off. Don't even try and ride free. Why can't you ride free? Like it's BART. I mean, shouldn't BART at least let people ride free that can't afford it? People gotta travel, you know. I always find it kind of distasteful. Like they don't have a problem for people like me who live in the slums of Walnut Creek. You know, we live in the slums of Walnut Creek. I'm in the poor section of Walnut Creek. You know, if there is a poor section, every city's got a poor section. I'm in the poor section. I'm near a golf course, but if I look outside my window, I don't see the golf course. So I'm not that rich. There's no golf. There's no golf balls coming through my windows. You know, I think that's the difference. There's a different level. I could walk out maybe I need to walk a block to see the golf course. So I'm not in the golf course, but I'm there surrounding it. But if I walk around my neighborhood, I don't see any golf balls. I don't see any strand golf balls around. So I'm not in the flight path. In fact, when we were looking at this place, I tried to convince my mom to actually get a place so I could sit there and watch people play golf. I thought, well, this is like the best thing ever. You can just sit there and watch people play. But nah, she didn't listen to me. You know, we got a big balcony that I can't smoke weed in. Blah, 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 blah. I got my neighbor upstairs. I'm smoking weed in the balcony. She's like complaining, I smell weed. I smell weed. I'm like, well, thank God you smell weed. Good for you. Good for you. You know. And she spends like every day she's out on the golf course playing golf. I'm like, personally, I would rather be a pilot than a golfer every day because I think weed is cheaper than being a golfer. Golfing is an expensive habit, and you gotta walk. You gotta spend hours on that golf course. And there's things in common between golf and weed. Golf is played on green grass. Green is green grass. Golf, you hit little white balls. And weed, you smoke little white balls. You're trying to put the ball in the hole. With weed, you're trying to put the weed in the bowl. In golf, when you hit a hole in one, it's a hole in one. When you light your lighter to the bowl and it lights, it's a hole in one. So there are a lot of things in common, you know. But I think marijuana is better for the environment because golfers use golf carts, which are bad for the environment, you know, because they use electricity or some of them use gas, you know. You don't use electricity or gas to smoke weed, you know, unless you got a vaporizer that's electric. So yeah, you do, but I think it's better for the environment. But I I don't understand. I think golf is a worse addiction for you than marijuana. I'm not complaining about her spending hours on that damn golf course. I don't care. You know how nerve wracking it is. I have to explain you this. So before I go to smoke weed on the balcony, I always go out my window to see if I see her golf cart parked there. If I see her golf cart parked there, I'm like, damn, this woman is gonna go outside the balcony and complain about me smoking weed. So I gotta do that. I gotta make sure her golf cart is out in the golf course, out there playing, you know. And one time I was walking through the golf course, I didn't realize you're not supposed to walk through golf courses. You might get hit by a golf ball. Well, during COVID, I would walk out there because at 7 p.m. they're not supposed to be playing golf. They turn on the sprinklers. But these golfers, they don't care. They're like, sprinklers, who cares? I'm not finished with my 18 holes. The guy refused to stop playing. I'm like, I'm trying to walk at 7 p.m. There's sprinklers. The guy didn't care. You're just in my way. I'm like, you gotta have some kind of etiquette, you know? But I'm not hating on golf because, frankly, where I live, it's a senior community, and golf is what makes money, you know. And these places are condos, but you have like monthly dues, and your monthly dues basically go to watering the golf course. So this golf course basically is what keeps the property going. It's our everything, you know. So I love golf. I don't got a problem with golf. But you got a right to play golf. I got a right to smoke weed, you know. This is America, you know. In fact, marijuana and golf came to America around the same time. I don't know when that is. But when you're out there celebrating 420, don't forget, we have not had a president yet who is a pothead officially, and you got to remember that this is junkyard rap coming from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. Here I am near the Tesla King, near the Twitter headquarters, near the federal building. You know, it's kind of exciting. You know, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what kind of drugs you're being gonna offer to come here. There's an emotional pain to doing this show. People don't realize it. You know, a lot of people get to live in a bubble. I don't get to live in any goddamn fucking bubble. The minute I walk out of that bar station in San Francisco, my bubble explodes. I see what it is. I see reality. You know, you get to sit there in your house, watch CNN all day, MSNBC complain. Everything's so bad. I'm gonna go play golf. I'm gonna go to Safeway, buy a bunch of wine, and get shit faced. Buy $5 chicken on Fridays. But you get to live in a bubble. I don't get to live in no motherfucking bubble. And you gotta understand, some of you gotta ask yourself, I gotta start listening to those people who don't live in motherfucking bubbles more often. Because we'll tell you how it is. It's easy to look at CNN and think like everything's fucked, you know. Well, you don't know everything's fucked until you see how fucked up it is. You can't watching TV, you only get the feeling when everything is fucked, you know. When you walk out to San Francisco and you see what could be like 1,000 people on drugs at one time, and you're like, fuck, this is amazing, you know. How did this happen? Like 1,000 people on drugs in one area, like, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe I should look at the bright side and just open up a church nearby and start healing these people. I don't know. What should I do? You know, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna live in a fucking bubble and play golf all day. I'm not gonna be doing that shit. I'm gonna be out here looking at these people, shaking my head, going, "How did this happen? How did this happen?" You know. Hopefully, one day I can look at these places and go, did we put all these people in Modesto like we always thought we would? You know, Stockton. We got areas for these people. Why are they here? Why are they here? You can't live here. You don't pay rent. You never realized that in San Francisco, you can't live here if you don't pay rent. I'm Junkyard Rat, and this is Goodbye. Thank you. Episode 14.